Yo, what up, y'all? It's WILLPOWER back at you with another one. Alright, so today I'd like to talk about social media. Social media is a big thing, and I disappeared out of the social media realm in 2020, except for YouTube, but YouTube is more of a video platform, so I wouldn't say social media. But in terms of social media, I kind of like evaporated, disappeared because of censorship, because of fact checking, because these platforms' community guidelines were in complete, for me, violation of my own reason for being there. So in other words, I was not in agreement with their community guidelines and these platforms trying to control what I say, what I think, how I think. It's like, who the f are they, right? But they have these platforms that are centralized, that are corporate, that work on algorithms, that are closed source. And when I saw what was happening with these platforms on top of the spying that's going on in terms of how they're harvesting our data and our personal lives and getting rich on that without our consent directly, and none of us really spent time reading the kind of agreement that we agree to when using these platforms. We just agree because we just want to use them because they are great platforms in terms of sharing our work. So I'm an artist, and as an artist, I'm trying to get my work out there. I want the world to know what I'm doing, what I'm about. So if I'm not on social media, it's a tough one, right? So I found one for the first time that I think is like a true social media that makes sense. No social media platform is perfect. A lot of people that are on the really famous ones that everyone's on, even they express how they don't necessarily like them, but they have to use them, blah, blah, blah. Personally, I've kind of migrated to a platform called Nostr. Do you know what Nostr is? And do you know what an nPub is? So with Nostr, it's a decentralized, open source, social media, resistant to censorship social media. I want the average person to understand what Nostr is. It's kind of like a Twitter that is uncontrollable. It is by the people, for the people. Essentially, that's how I perceive Nostr. That's how I've experienced Nostr. And it's for anyone and everyone. Doesn't matter who you are. It's worldwide. And just like Twitter, you get a feed of people posting different things. It can be text, video, photos, things of that nature. And from what I understand, I don't know 100% yet, you can look deeper into the technical aspects if you go to nostr.com. But from what I understand, you can host your own content on your own personal server. Now, personally, this is something I want to get into in 2024. I think that's where the future of the internet is. Instead of our data being on servers that we don't own, it's going to be on our own personal servers. And I'm seeing that as the future of the internet. And so with Nostr, I believe you can do that, is host your own Nostr server. And it works on something called nPubs. Now, what is an nPub? nPub is like a public key. It's how people can identify you or recognize you. So on Instagram, it's your @ handle. Twitter, your @ handle, right? And so with Nostr, you have an nPub. That's how someone knows that you are who you truly are and that your account is really you if you share your nPub. And then you get a secret key as well, which is how you protect your account because it works on a cryptographic structure. So if you have a digital wallet, you know what a secret private key is. And so that's an aspect of Nostr. Another really cool thing with Nostr is that you can get zapped. Now, what is that? What is getting zapped and what are zaps? So basically, there's a network called the Lightning Network, from what I understand, and this network allows for cryptographic transactions to happen at light speed, which means that you and I can transact, send each other funds directly, instantly, by zapping one another via a digital wallet with a currency called Satoshis, Sats, which means that if you're an artist like myself, I'm trying to put myself out into the world, share my work, share my art, and if someone likes something that I share. It could be a music video I did, it could be an installation I did, it could be a video I express and I explain how I made a certain tool, a certain whatever, and someone wants to support it, they can zap me directly in the post, which means that they're directly sending me funds to support what I'm doing as an artist. Now for me, that's revolutionary. It's not something you can do on any centralized big tech social media. I think this puts Nostr in another category. It doesn't work on likes. The like system, which feeds an algorithm which determines the feed and these kinds of things. From what I've experienced, is just a timeline, a chronological timeline. It's a really cool platform you should check out. Look into it and then see if it's something you'd like to be a part of. Personally, I would love to see more people on Nostr because I feel that it empowers us as artists, as independent whatevers, as human beings, instead of being subjected to a corporate power structure entity that's geopolitical. We are empowering one another, and I feel like this is where it's at. And the more people use it, the more it's going to develop and I think become more user-friendly. There's a techie aspect to it that I think is difficult for people to jump on. It's not as user-friendly as the big tech social media stuff, but it's fun. And once you get into it, it's easy. Once you get set up, you know, get to zap people and receive zaps, get paid, pay others directly, instantly. So yo, check it out, Nostr. And there's different apps you can download for Nostr. I use Amethyst. There's other ones out there. So check it out, do some research. And I'll see you on Nostr. I'm gonna put my nPub in the description so that once you get on Nostr, you can get at me on Nostr and we can follow each other. And yeah, if you're an artist like me, trust me, you wanna be on Nostr because kind of like how NFTs gave artists the ability to sell and own their work, Nostr does that too by you receiving zaps directly. So if you're an artist, I really think this is the platform. And other platforms that will, I would say, use the Nostr open source code to create other platforms and other sites, and it just creates a really good structure where we can get paid directly as artists and avoid the middleman. And that's what we need really as artists online. So yo, check it out, Nostr. And you can also go to snort.social is another place where you can get started if you're in a browser. And if you're on your mobile device, check out Amethyst. Alright, this is WILLPOWER. Check out my work as an artist. It's willpowerstudios.com. I'm available for performing for those who want my messages at different events to bring some heat, some fire, and some energy and some consciousness through music. For installations, check out the work that I do, my audiovisual immersive performances. And yeah, a lot of exciting things are in the works in the world, so keep being amazing, keep creating amazing things.
Internet shut down. Shut down. What do we do now? What do we do now? What do we do now? When the internet is shut down.
WILLPOWER Studios.